Yo guys, it's the 19th I think of May, and I'm here at the half plot allotment. Yeah, give you a little tour today. I did do a couple of days ago, but I never got around to posting them, so I'll just do an updated one. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get everything in, so it's gonna be fairly long, but I'm gonna try and be fairly speedy. So anyway, we've got the espalier apples. They've done really well in flowering. This one's sunset, or is it sunset? No, it's not. It's Kids Orange Red. I keep getting these mixed up. Loads of flowers, crazy. Herod Fisher Russet, which was at my plot last year, and I kind of retrained it into an espalier. That had loads of flowers on. They've kind of gone now, but yep. And then this one is sunset. This one's got a bit of powdery mildew, which is not brilliant, but yeah, I'll see how it goes. Obviously, if it gets a lot worse, then I might have to do something. Weirdly, one side of it is perfectly fine, and then the other side's got a lot of mildew. Anyway, that had a few flowers on that side, the healthy side actually, so hopefully they set. So that's the apples. Little herb beds coming along, sage, fennel, creeping thyme. I'm pretty sure it's thyme. I keep getting this mixed up with oregano. It's actually just about to flower as well. You can see it down in there. Cosmos, which I'm surprised they've survived, to be honest. Really surprised. I thought the slugs would be straight on them, but cleared a little bit of ground around them, so maybe that's why. This rose called Scepter Dial. Yeah, it's growing at least. It's been pretty slow, but yeah, it's getting going. Strawberries looking good. Varieties flamenco. There's actually a few fruits on there. It's an ever-bearing variety, so it should produce kind of like an even amount throughout the season. I need to wood chip it again and weed it again. This forever needs weeding. Strawberry patch. I'm hoping once the strawberries cover the ground, it'll be all right. Purple sprouting broccoli is actually deciding to grow. I decided to uncover it because it was covered in aphids, and I thought maybe the ladybirds would find the aphids and eat them all. I've given it a good old spray down now, just water. Problem with uncovering it is I think probably cabbage white butterfly would come along and munch the plant to pieces. I'm not too sure, so I'm just seeing how it goes. If I start to see caterpillars, then I need to cover it up again. So yeah, I planted these sweet potatoes out the other day, last Saturday actually, so almost a week. Doing really well. I mean, the foliage just turned colour. I think that's just due to stress. Different environment. It hasn't rained. I've just still given it a good old water. But yeah, I'm hoping that these really pick up soon. And once they do get going, they're like quite rampant. So yeah, nice sweet potato bed. Gooseberries. There's actually fruits on the gooseberries. Not too big, but again, we had like a huge amount of rain in the spring, and then it just didn't really rain. It hasn't rained for quite a while now. I'm hoping it doesn't repeat last summer of drought and heat waves. Aubergines actually surprisingly doing all right. They are getting a bit munched. I can definitely see some holes in them. So I might tomorrow uncover this, weed any weeds out, and just make sure there are no slugs or snails in there. But they're doing okay. They haven't really done much, but the weather's getting warmer and sunnier. So as long as I water, hoping they'll be all right. This, I mean, I really need to sort all of this out. I want to start making comfrey tea. So I took some cuttings from the comfrey, but the rest of this, I think that's garlic mustard, which is a weed technically. And my fig is, a few of my figs are kind of not submerged, engulfed by plants. So I need to weed this out. I need to bring the strimmer again. It's a lot of work. Potatoes looking really nice actually. I haven't watered them, I'm just sort of going to leave them to do what they want. Yep. These squash, the 3 original squash which were here, which was this one, they have survived. I just found a cool beetle thing. Oh, yeah, it flies, that's pretty cool. Sorry, get distracted. So yeah, these 3 squash here, they were looking like this, but they pulled through. There's little flower buds, nice green leaves, and then I planted 2 more squash, which were my backup squash, and they look fine, to be honest. So giving them all a good water, and hopefully, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of squash. I mean, I'm kind of counting on these guys to really help me cover a lot of this open ground, so I don't have to weed it all. And obviously, it will produce edible fruit, so that'll be a bonus. The banana. So this is my dwarf Cavendish. It's looking pretty sorry for itself, to be honest. It has put up a couple of little tiny new pups, just there and there. I think it will be okay. I think it's just the wind, the rain that we did have like a week or so ago, and then now, not the drought, it's not a drought, but you know, lack of rain. So giving it good old water. I think once it gets going, I think it's going to look amazing. And you know, a few years time, who knows, maybe produce some edible bananas in the UK outside. I very much doubt it, but you know, you've got a dream, haven't you? Dahlia patch, looking alright. There are a few dahlias there. The ones at home are a lot better, a lot bigger. But it's all good. Oh wow, there's just so much to show you. These are chili peppers. So this had onions in it, this bed. Quite, I won't say pathetic onions, but they were they were more like spring onions in that they didn't really like bulb up, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to try onions from seed as well, which I think is meant to help. Is meant to actually. I guess it's harder in the long term, but harder in the short term, but easier in the long term. Anyway, cleared the onions, got rid of the weeds, and planted my chilies, so they're doing really nicely. And I'll just show you this tool that I got. I thought that I had invented this tool. I was like, do you know what they need to make? They need to make a hoe that is like a handheld one, so you don't have to like stand right up here and hold one of the really long ones and try to get into all the crevices to get all the weeds out. They need to make a nice little handheld one. And then I did a bit of searching, found that they do sell them. Really, really nice actually, this one. It was like £18. But yeah, just really easy, super sharp. You can just get in, use the tip of it to get into all like the little crevices. It just makes weeding things on a smaller scale a lot easier. So there we go, a recommendation. Not that I'm trying to sell you products, but chilies. Super excited. I might have shown you this before, but I thought that these cannas were gone. They were last year. I didn't lift them. I kind of forgot, to be honest. But yeah, just saw them shooting up the other day. Super happy because I was a bit sad that I hadn't got any cannas. And then this little, I think it's Hakanakloa, Japanese forest grass, just popped up out of nowhere as well. Right next to the catmint, which is flowering now. It's looking really lovely. Massive pile of, like, you can't tell the size of this from the screen. It probably weighs as much as me, maybe not quite. I have been eating a bit too much, so maybe not quite. But I don't know what to do with it all because I don't have enough space to compost it all. I need to make like some proper compost bays at some point. Right, that stuff done. Little wild area, you can see the alliums coming out. Really nice. Asian pear's got some lovely fruits on it. Quite excited for this because there's quite a few of them on there, so they're super tasty. Oh, tomatoes, they're not looking too great actually. but I think they should pull through it, similar to the squash. They're not going to look great at first just because it's stressed and everything like that. But yeah, I think they'll pull through it and give me quite a lot of good tomatoes. I'm hoping I do get quite a lot of food from this plot. The amount of like effort it seems to take. Some spring onions over there. They're smashing it. This apple tree, I don't know if I showed you when it was in flower, but it was absolutely covered. This one only produced one fruit last year and it wasn't edible because it was all like mouldy and diseased. So I've opened this tree out a lot, like I pruned off a lot of material, and hoping that this year it will pick up. You can see it's got a few flowers still on there. I've got pears absolutely everywhere. It's just absolutely probably thousands of pears on here. Maybe, well, I don't know, 500 maybe. Obviously most of those aren't going to hang on. The plant will drop a lot of them naturally, and then I'll come through a little bit later in the season and just take off a lot more, just to leave like a good amount of pears that are really decent size and good quality. Stuff over there I won't show you at the minute because it's not really doing that much, but and I don't really have time. Well, I have time, but I don't want to bore everyone. And so the last thing I want to show you today is something I was super excited about. So I think I said in earlier videos that I was a bit sad because I had several banana plants and all different varieties, and I killed all of them except from my dwarf Cavendish, which was my house plant. But I've just been digging around today and just was super surprised when I saw this. So this is Musa Baju, which is a Japanese hardy banana, and I guess it's kind of in the name, but basically, I don't know if you can see this. This is what I wrapped up. So last year, in the autumn, I wrapped up the old stem and thought, all right, I'll wrap it up nicely, put a waterproof barrier over that, and it will just keep it warm enough. Basically, it completely rotted off and went soggy and mouldy. And I thought, oh, that's the end of that, because the stem, you can still see, like, it's all rotted. But yeah, I was just digging around today, and then boom, saw a brand new shoot coming up. And then there was a pup as well, which I very cleverly broke off by accident. But I'm sure it will survive. Oh, actually, is that another one? No, that's grass. But yeah, super happy. I mean, it's an ornamental banana. It can fruit in the UK. Some people have achieved it, but the fruit is filled with seeds, so not particularly edible, but it's still amazing. And for me, mostly I just want it for like an ornamental feature. I love bananas and cannas and exotics, so yeah, I think I'll stop it there because this could go on for a long time otherwise. But yeah, lots and lots of stuff happening, and yeah, there's my allotment. So thanks for watching, guys. Lots of love, lots of peace, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon.